Well, I think that public broadcasters stand for a very big challenge. Losing youngsters is one of the main problems, and I think that there is also an opportunity in having the new digital service, so perhaps there could be an intertwist in between and we could find some solutions, and I wonder what other people will bring up as a solution for the future of public broadcasters. Because there is no timetable. It's very difficult to define a timetable for change. We are living in changing times, and I have the impression that it goes quicker than we all expect, so we have to be ready whenever we need to be ready.
I mean, a solution is a pretty big word, because in my opinion we can imagine what it's going to be and we can have a sort of direction of where to go. And as you know better than me, technology and content, when they marry, they have a kind of unpredictable children. And so you don't know what it's going to be. What you can do is actually to aggregate a big community of professionals who have the same identical mission to make public services media indispensable. And then, connecting knowledge works better than a single knowledge.
I think I'm looking for good ideas. Solutions then is always difficult, I think, because you can lay out the general strategy, but then you have to adapt it to each country, because each country might be slightly different in the approach then to the solution. I don't believe in a pan-European strategy that fits all. I think we already have this situation in Switzerland where you have 4 language regions and each region is slightly different. So it's mostly. I'm a few years now in this business. We always had changes from black and white to color. Now we go to digital. We have the split. We have new players in the market. But I think as long as we're producing good content and we stay relevant with what we are doing, we don't have to be afraid. We will have new distribution channels, new screens we will have our content on. But I think it's all about relevant content, and as long as we are able to bring that, then it's okay. I'm not afraid.
I think the bottom line is, I think it is probably a little more on the worried side, because clearly, being a public media employee is not a job like Google, to where every disruption is an opportunity, So you see disruption primarily as a disruption, which is clearly what it is. But yeah, this is a lot like the music industry now. He should work for the record labels, because that's what they say. It's going to be okay. It's important to have good music. Well, nobody's arguing that it's not important to have good music or good movies or TV shows, right? But the consumption is changing on a global level for 5 billion people, and you're just going to say, well, we're going to focus on doing the right thing. That's a death wish. They have to do something now. I mean, the way that technology is moving and the way that other non-commercial, non-public entities are moving, it's at mind-boggling speed. I mean, YouTube has 1 billion users. So, and they're not public media, so why should I pay taxes for these guys if they're not going to be better than YouTube? This is a very urgent question. I hope they remember that basically this is all just opportunities, because they're in a trusted position, being a public broadcaster. So they have to use their trust to catapult yourself in the future and give people the content in such a way that they really want it. So I do hope they see that they are in a preferred position, but they have to act now to retain our trust and to become indispensable. This is, of course, the story of the day, right?